I am good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get right on into it and tell us about your stage play, Three TTs and a Nana. From what I have read about it, that it's kind of like a Golden Girls kind of take.
Yeah, well, I thought of how they were all had a sisterhood, a bond. They were not related by blood, but they were related by love. So I have a real friendship like that with women that are all of different ethnicities, and we're related by love. So that gave me the idea to write the play of Three TTs and a Nana. And the TTs are all different ethnicities: an African American, an Asian, a white, and a uh, Asian, and so Hispanic, yeah. And so the friendship is real, but the play is a comedy and it's fictional. Lots of laughs, lots of love, and there's a little, you know, tearjerker in there to just kind of pull at everybody's heartstrings.
Awesome. And so, TTs. For people who are like, well, what's a TT? Can you break that down
Exactly.
for us?
A lot of people do say that. Well, in the African American culture, I don't know if other cultures do it or not. A lot of times, like when we were little, my mom's closest friends, they were like our aunts. And so in African American culture, the little kids call their aunts or their mom's closest friend TTs. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know where it started from, how it started, but that's what they're called. They're their aunts and they're TTs, or they're either their mom's closest friends or their biological aunts, and they call them TTs.
Mm-hmm. And so, what are just some of the lessons that will be learned and taken from this show? I know you've talked about the sisterhood and how it's been inspired by your own personal friendships.
Yeah, I want people to know that you can have as close a relationship with someone that doesn't look like you, just like you can with somebody that does. You know, we grow up in the neighborhoods that we grow up in, and we see like people. But when you venture into the world of work, you're going to see people that didn't grow up with you, that didn't grow up the way you grew up. And it's okay to, hey, what's your name? My name is Pat, and get to know those people and know their cultures, and you would be amazed of how different but similar you are, because people are people. We were just raised differently.
And so, talk about your journey with Patty Cakes Productions. How did that come into play, and what got you into creating stage plays?
Okay, I started writing in 2012, and I just was sitting on it and sitting on it, and it came easy to me. So I learned then that this is a gift that God gave me because it comes so easy. As soon as I sit there, the words just fill the page, and I just come up with stories. I've written a television series, I've written a couple of books, and I've written like 5 plays. But how this one came to be, I wrote this as a television series. And then my sister said, hey, why don't you do it in a play? It never crossed my mind to do it in a play. So I rewrote it to form it in a play form. And then Sean Edwards has a hand in the Boone Theater being revamping. He says, I want this to be your home. I want this to be where you do your work at. And then I was like, wow, I think it's time. You know, he gave me that little nudge, and I was like, okay, it is time to go ahead and put my first work out. And this is the first piece of work that I'll be putting out. And I do have 2 Emmy Award winners in it. I have Marcus Gates, who is local in Kansas City, and she's an Emmy Award winner. And I have the Emmy Award winner, Tony Terry, in it. And then I also have J Love from J Love Band, and she's local here. And then everybody else is also local. So, yeah, Sean Edwards kind of gave me that nudge to say, hey, your time is now.
And you know what? Sometimes that's what you need is that encouragement and just that extra push. Because, sometimes people can see things in us that we can't necessarily see within ourselves, at the time, or even just a different direction that we can take, especially since you said that this originated as a concept for a television show.
Yes, I needed that nudge because like I said, I wrote all that stuff, and I'm just sitting on it. And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if somebody wouldn't have just kind of pushed me off the cliff a little bit, nudged me, I would have still been waiting. I think God told me he's going to put people in place. Whether the people know they were used by God or not, I know. And God put Sean there to nudge me that little bit, and it's time. And then when I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2017, and I am cancer free. So, but while I was doing that, I had a lot of time to write while I was going through chemo and everything. And I just knew one day, I just kept saying, one day And God gave me that nudge through Sean, and then God has put all people in place that had a hand in helping get this out, including you.
Yes. Oh, so happy to help with that. So Sean actually happens to be a friend of the show, and he had sent this along. So I thought, we had to have you on and come and talk about it. So another thing that I want to ask you about, you said that this is your first play. How do you feel leading up to the opening night? Just seeing your vision come to life.
I felt anxious, excited, scared, nervous, and I feel like it's going to be a huge success. But I feel like it's jittery for me because I'm like, wow, it's actually happened. God told me it's going to happen, and now it's happening. We're just days away. So, yeah, I'm excited, scared, and nervous all in the same ball.
Well, speaking of being days away, how can folks get tickets? What information do they need to know to come and check out the show?
They go to my website, pattycakes.com. Patty Cakes is spelled PATTIKAKES.com. And they go to my website and it'll say get tickets and click on that and purchase your tickets. We still have some tickets available. And it's
Awesome.
at the Scottish Rite Temple on 31st and Linwood and Purcell.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best. Hope everybody breaks a leg on Saturday night for the curtain rising up, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. You have a great day.
All right, you too.